No, I would hope it's not money, honestly, because I really don't want anything from you. If it wasn't, just to know my identity. If it wasn't, if you didn't want a relationship with me, that's cool. I can respect that. But we could have been got this over with, and I just feel that my mom, since she's gone now, like she had to fight.
People are desperate and willing to do anything to get a headline that detracts from the fact that that man, that her husband, who has been denying is his child for many years, is about to finally get that DNA result that everybody has been so desperately waiting for.
He has a past that you can't undo. Kids. You can't undo like him allegedly courting young girls that were way younger than him underage. Like, all of this has to come out, and it's like you just keep trying to stuff it in.
For decades, Jay-Z managed to sidestep one of the most persistent rumors surrounding his personal life. But now, the shield may finally be cracking. A leaked DNA test has surfaced, and it's being championed loudly by none other than 50 Cent. The man at the center of this storm is Rymir Satterthwaite, who has spent more than 10 years insisting that Jay-Z is his biological father. His requests for a paternity test were met with silence or outright refusal, while Jay's team framed the ongoing legal filings as harassment. Still, Rymir refused to vanish into the background. According to recent reports, he now holds an indirect DNA test suggesting the very connection Jay-Z has long denied, and this time, he isn't standing alone. 50 Cent has aligned himself with Rymir, amplifying the claims and threatening to broadcast the alleged results to the world. The stakes go beyond paternity. If these findings prove credible, they could resurrect troubling accusations tied to Jay-Z's past. Rymir claims his mother, Wanda, was only 16 years old when she became pregnant, while Jay-Z was in his 20s. If true, it not only rewrites the narrative of his personal history, but also casts a dark, unsettling shadow over one of hip-hop's most influential figures.
How old was she when you were born?
15, going on 16.
Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
What? 15 and 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can kind of see why he's probably not claiming it, because it looks bad on his reputation. You can't undo kids. You can't undo like him allegedly courting young girls that were way younger than him underage. Like, all of this has to come out, and it's like you just keep trying to stuff it in.
Before her passing, Wanda, Rymir's mother, never kept quiet about her belief that Jay-Z was her son's real father. She often recounted how she first encountered Jay in 1992, when he allegedly picked her up in Philadelphia and brought her back to his Brooklyn apartment. According to Wanda, protection was used, but it failed, and the result was a pregnancy that would shape the rest of her life. That revelation became the foundation of Rymir's lifelong pursuit of the truth. His determination only grew stronger after a DNA test revealed that the man listed on his birth certificate, Robert Graves, his mother's longtime boyfriend, was not, in fact, his biological father. In response, Rymir took a decisive step. Last year, he had Robert's name officially removed from his records, closing the door on one false identity while continuing his fight to uncover the one he believes has been hidden all along.
The person that my mom was with, it was Robert Graves. He was on there before they took him off when the testing came, and they asked him and Sean to take the test, and he came up and faithfully took it, and took the test with no problem.
Wanda always maintained her story with striking clarity. She had only ever been with two men, Robert Graves and Jay-Z. When a DNA test proved Robert was not the father, the implication left only one possibility. To many observers, even Rymir's resemblance to Jay-Z seemed to echo that claim. Wanda even attempted to hold Jay-Z legally accountable, filing a civil lawsuit for child support, but the case was ultimately dismissed. Still, she never wavered. Until her final days, she stood firm in her conviction that Jay-Z was Rymir's father. For those who followed the saga, Wanda's struggles became a tragic centerpiece. Some believe the emotional toll, the frustration, the legal battles, the constant dismissal, played a role in her untimely death. Over the years, whispers of corruption, cover-ups, and judicial misconduct have only deepened suspicions that the truth was deliberately buried. Yet Rymir himself has been clear about his intentions. He He isn't after money, nor does he seek fame. What he wants, he says, is far simpler and more profound: the truth.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
you're trying to collect any money.
That's why I said this for years. Like, I'm good. Like, of course, anybody would want more money. Who wouldn't take money? But I'm good where I'm at in life. I got a great job. I'm driving Mercedes-Benz. I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my kids. So
Rymir has also spoken openly about the injustice he and his mother endured over the years. He claims that their repeated court filings were dismissed, not because of lack of evidence, but because of Jay-Z's influence and control. According to Rymir, the system bent in favor of power, silencing their voices and shutting every door that might have led to accountability.
So tell me how the lawsuit came about, the paternity suit came about. Like when did you initiate that?
Well, my mom initiated it. She basically, I guess she started in 2011. They threw it out.
According to Rymir, Jay-Z has long relied on his wealth and influence to shield himself from accountability, manipulating the legal system in his favor. He claims Jay's legal team deliberately sabotaged his filings, leaving him with what he describes as nothing but injustice and a rigged court process. This has sparked a question that refuses to go away. If Jay-Z truly believes Rymir is not his son, why not take the test? What is he so determined to hide? The controversy grows darker when tied to other allegations. Many will recall how Jay-Z narrowly avoided being implicated alongside his longtime associate Diddy after one of Diddy's accusers alleged that both men assaulted her when she was just 13 years old. Though that lawsuit was eventually dropped, the woman has since stepped forward again, insisting she never retracted her original claims. She alleges the only reason she backed down was because Jay-Z allegedly sent private investigators to intimidate her. What makes the situation even more unsettling is the silence surrounding it. Despite the gravity of these claims, mainstream media outlets have barely touched the story. Websites like TMZ and The Shade Room, usually quick to cover celebrity scandals, have conspicuously ignored it, even as the case has trended online for years. The same media blackout occurred in the Jane Doe lawsuit, where just last week a judge dismissed Jay-Z's defamation case against attorney Tony Busby, who represented her. Yet major outlets remained silent. This consistent lack of coverage has fueled suspicions of a deliberate cover-up. Voices like Jaguar Wright have been especially vocal, accusing Jay-Z of working tirelessly behind the scenes to bury damaging headlines, from the resurfaced Jane Doe case to the leaked DNA test that threatens to confirm Rymir's long-standing claim.
People are desperate and willing to do anything to get a headline that detracts from the fact that that man, that her husband, who has been denying is his child for many years, is about to finally get that DNA result that everybody has been so desperately waiting.
And of course, Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She has gone on record insisting that the real reason Jay-Z continues to deny Rymir is because acknowledging him would mean confronting an even darker truth, that he allegedly impregnated Wanda while she was still underage.
Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. She got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that contract broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now.
Jaguar has also spoken about Jay-Z's alleged grip on the legal system, claiming that he went as far as bribing judges to ensure he never had to take a paternity test. In her view, every roadblock Rymir and Wanda faced was not coincidence, but the result of Jay's power working behind the scenes to silence the truth.
And turns out now, all of these judges were bought off and paid off, and they're going to be looking at sanctions and probably charges.
And now, the story has taken an unexpected turn with 50 Cent stepping into the ring. Known for being unafraid of the industry's power players, 50 has openly mocked Jay-Z for dodging the DNA test. Reports suggest he even reached out to Rymir directly, offering his support to ensure the indirect DNA results see the light of day. Adding fuel to the fire, 50 posted a cryptic line on Instagram. "A good lawyer knows the law. A great lawyer knows the judge." To many, it was more than a jab. It was a veiled accusation, hinting at corruption within the very system that has long kept Rymir's case buried. This changes the landscape entirely. For years, mainstream outlets brushed Rymir's story aside, dismissing it as fringe gossip. But with 50 Cent's spotlight now glaring on the situation, Jay-Z's camp is reportedly scrambling. Behind the scenes, insiders say his team is desperate to bury the lawsuit and discredit Rymir before the story explodes beyond containment. In fact, Jay-Z has just filed new court papers, once again urging the judge to dismiss the case, painting it as nothing more than relentless harassment. But the public is no longer convinced. Across social media, people are calling out the obvious. If Jay has nothing to hide, why not just take the test? One comment cut to the point. If Jay-Z has nothing to hide, take the test. Another was harsher. Jay-Z doesn't believe in accountability. And a chilling reminder came from yet another voice. If his mother was 15 years old and was taken from one state to another, someone is going to be in trouble. The question remains, what is Jay-Z hiding? Is Rymir telling the truth? Or is this another battle of perception in an industry built on power and silence? One thing is certain, this story is far from over.